Hi there, it's David Young, the Resourceful Coach, and thanks for joining me here on this frosty morning here in England. And what we're going to talk a little bit about today is your mind and how you can improve it on the golf course. And the way I always look at golf is that every shot that you go out and play is a challenge, and it's the fun of doing that. So we're going to go through a number of things today that are really important. I think if you can get them right, and as you play your round, make sure you're sticking to these ideas, it's amazing how you'll probably knock on average somewhere between 3 and 6 shots a round off your score. So where do we start? Well, let's start with the beginning of every shot that you play. And the most important thing I say to golfers, look forward to playing a good shot. Where golfers tend to go wrong is they're standing over there more worried about doing it wrong rather than doing it right. So this is why it's so important. As we go through this, you'll see if you hit a good shot, you've got to remember that shot. You've got to remember it to take into the next round. So as a professional golfer, I've got a lot of drives I look back on that I've hit nicely over the years, so I can draw on those experiences. And that's the first thing I would do. Any golf shot, when I arrive at it, can I remember a shot that have been similar to what I've got now, and can I repeat that again? So we're looking at a tee shot here. We're on the 16th tee. It's a little bit dark here. We're very early in the morning. Sun's just coming out in November. Hopefully you can see in the distance it's a frosty morning, but nice and sunny. And just remember hitting a nice drive. That's all I'm going to do. Just remind myself of what a good drive looks like and visualize that shot, and then set up with that intention. The setup fits the shot that I want to play. And again, it's looking forward to putting that ball down the fairway. So straight away, I'm in a good frame of mind to go ahead and make that swing. And because I did that on this occasion, I've hit it straight down the middle of the fairway. Really happy with that. And what's really important then is that you've hit that good shot, is you've got to give yourself that nice little bit of what I call internal encouragement. That feeling that when you hit a good shot is sort of give yourself a mental pat on the back and go, yes, that was good. I saw it, I visualized it, and then I executed. So later on, if I've got to hit another drive, today, I've already done it today, so I can do it again. But it's really important. What we're going to show you as we go along today is different shots that you might come across and how important they are to keep that round going. And remember our goal, can we reduce those scores by 3 to 6 shots a round? Because all you're thinking about, every shot counts, every shot is an opportunity to hit my best possible shot from that position. It may not always be perfect, but can you hit the best shot that you can from that position? So here's our second part. The first part we talked about, look forward to playing the shot, enjoy the shot, and I've executed it nicely. So now what's important is I want to keep the momentum going. Because of the conditions, a bit frosty, I've not hit it far enough down the hole. It's a par 5 this. Haven't hit it far enough down the hole to actually be able to go for the green in 2. So what's really important is I don't try and be greedy and think, well, I should be in that position, I should be doing this. Sometimes what's really important is just keeping the momentum, keep the idea of the game going. So what I want to do is just strike the ball nicely, keep that ball moving forwards. It's a par 5. If I can have a putt for a birdie, I'm quite happy with that. So all I'm going to do momentum-wise, I'm just going to go straight down the hole. Okay, the green is over there. You've seen me play this hole before on other videos where I've been further down, I've been able to go for the green. I can't do that today, but it's a momentum builder. This is really important. All I want to do is keep that ball going down the hole. And if I can do that, it gives me the chance to get on for 3, and I can still make my birdie and definitely make my par. Now, the other thing I like about doing that shot is I've struck the ball really nicely. I've done what I wanted to do. And that, again, internally, we talked about it on the tee box, give yourself that mental pat on the back. Every time you hit a nice shot or a shot that's got the result you want to mentally give yourself a little bit of credit for what you've done. It was interesting yesterday. I was playing a match just with a few of the members here, and literally every shot, they weren't hitting bad shots, but they were being critical of the contact and the strike of the ball. And I said to them, look, the problem with that idea is if you're always critical of how you're striking the ball, even though you might have got a good result and you've ended up down the fairway, you've ended up on the green, when you do hit a really bad one, you're really going to come down on yourself really hard. So mentally, you're not really helping yourself. There was the old saying Jack Nicklaus said, if I hit one perfect shot in a round of golf, I've had a great day. Every time I put the ball generally in the position that I want to do, what I've set myself out as a goal to achieve, I give myself that mental pat on the back, because now I know the next shot I've got a chance. If you're being critical of how every time you strike the ball, how you're hitting it, there'll be a point in that round where it'll slightly go a little bit further than you want, a little bit more wrong. You're mentally going to beat yourself up. So if the result is okay, maybe it's a little bit thin, maybe it wasn't the perfect contact, but you still got it down into the area you wanted, brilliant. Keep the momentum going. As we said, Nicholas said he only hit one perfect shot in a round of golf. He'd had a great day. How many perfect shots do you hit? I don't think I hit one yesterday. Maybe one when I finished the round, but I was okay with that because a lot of the shots were okay. Momentum, keep that going forward. Keep that internal encouragement going. So important. So here's where the mental side really comes in. I thought I've played a really nice iron shot straight down the middle of the fairway. All right, as you can see, it's a bit of a frosty morning. It could have bounced anywhere. I've ended up in the rough. And this is where I see a lot of golfers will walk down here again. The head will drop. Oh, why have I not hit the shot on the fairway? How bad luck am I getting? And already they're feeling all the external things are dictating how they're going to feel inside. Flip it round. This is the important thing. Look at it. It's an opportunity. Every shot's an opportunity to hit the best shot you've ever hit from that position. And golf isn't that perfect. You're never going to play every shot from the middle of the fairway. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed. Ended up in the rough. But it's okay. I can still get there. There's a twig. Let's just get rid of that away from my ball. Yeah. But it's okay. And I've hit plenty of iron shots from this distance. I've got roughly a 9 iron into the green. I've hit plenty of shots from this in my life, and I've hit it close to the hole. So again, draw on those old experiences. Remember them. If you're walking onto the golf course every time with a brand new sort of clean sheet of paper, as I call it, and you're not remembering the good shots you've played, good luck. It's like you're learning to play golf for the first time every time. I go out there with 10s, 20, 30, 40, 50 shots that I've played from the rough with clubs that I think, right, I've hit good shots from there. So I'm going to draw on that experience. What am I doing? I'm keeping the momentum going. We keep talking about this. But every shot's a chance. Every shot's an opportunity. And that's the fun of it. And it's a great thing. If you're playing a match against your playing partners, and they think, he's ended up in the rough, he won't play a good shot from there, and you stick this 6 feet from the flag, who's the one who's going to be gutted? They are. So if already you're down and you're not thinking clearly, you think, I've been hard done by here, you're probably going to execute a poor shot. It's more luck than skill if you get a result. If you walk in here and go, done this before, I can do it again. Here we go. So this is a nice 9 iron for me. There's the flag. Let's see what we can do. So recall a 9 iron I've played before. Remember the rhythm, tempo, commit to the shot. Well, all depends on the bounce. As I said, it's a bit frosty because that's right on line. So I didn't quite get the result with the second shot I expected, but it didn't bother me because I had the experience of other shots that I could take into this shot. End result, it's on the green. Let's see if we can end up getting a birdie on this hole from an unlikely position. Let's go and have a look. So we've ended up on the green, and what's important to understand is how far have I ended up from the hole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paces, 20 feet. Okay, and what's important to look at is I'm really happy with this result. 20 feet, probably for me as a professional golfer, this is about a 95% chance I'm going to get my par, probably about a 5% chance I might walk off here with a birdie. Okay, but what was good about the hole so far is because I kept the momentum going, I kept remembering those good shots that I know I can play, is when I got into a position that I wasn't probably particularly happy with, it didn't bother me because I could draw on those experiences. And now I've got that chance. Now I've got that opportunity from around about 20 feet. I could still walk off here with a birdie. Okay. Now what's important is to read it. Again, if you play somewhere regularly, hopefully you know what the greens are going to do. You know that this putt may break from right to left. So use those experiences. Okay. You go to your club. I'm sure you play against players who've been members there for years and they know every little sort of movement on the green. They're very rarely going to 3-putt because they know it comes in from that side because they've done it so many times. So again, we're drawing on those experiences. We're remembering what I call that library of career shots. You're creating a library of shots that you can take to help you with the next game, the next round. And you may suddenly play at a different course and the putt looks similar to what you've come across before at your own course, and you think, oh, I know what to do. So those experiences are good. But it's an opportunity. We keep using this word, it's an opportunity. I could still get out of here with a birdie, which I'll take every day of the week. Never going to be disappointed if I make a birdie. Okay, again, frosty conditions, but let's just go what our instincts say when we've played maybe in the frost before. Okay, just got a little bit held up on the frost, but we've got a tap in par. Quite happy with that. So playing that hole, every shot was a chance to play the best possible shot from that position. What we're going to show you now is if you don't get in the best position, how you use that as an opportunity to learn. This is an important thing. Every round you play, this is massive for me, you learn to help you for the next round. Okay, people only look at that last round. Again, dismiss it, they shut down after that round. But if you put yourself in a position that you didn't want to be in, can you get that ball up and down? Can you learn? Can that help you for a future round when maybe you are having a good score and you've got to keep that momentum going? The great players, if you look at the likes of Tiger Woods, what he was amazing at when he got into trouble, he was able to get out of there and still make a score. Might be a bogey on a hole where he looked like he was going to make a double or a triple. But then what he was clever at, he'd probably birdie the next hole. He'd bounce back from that position. So sometimes actually getting out of a hole with a bogey or a double bogey when it didn't look like you were going to, don't look at the score, look at what I've just achieved at the end and give yourself that little bit of that, again, that mental pat on the back, because it's amazing how it can help you. So we're going to look at some shots now. How do we keep that momentum going? What if I ended up in a certain position? What would I do? What would be good? So here's one of those shots we're talking about, and it's about keeping that momentum going. Let's imagine where I was playing my third shot from. I've pulled it. I've ended up behind the tree. And this is the key question I say to my golfers. I say, look, what would be a good result from here? Regardless of how many shots you've had to this point, if I said to you from this position, you can see just the flag behind the tree here, what would be a good result? If I said to you, look, from here, you can be in the hole in 3 shots, would you take it? Definitely. If I can get this somewhere on the green, 2-putt it, I'm down in 3 shots. It doesn't matter if I'm playing my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th shot. Just look at what you can do from this position. Because again, it can help you at another time. That's really important. So I think that's always a key thing. If you're playing a hole, maybe not going as well as you'd like, think, right, what could I do from here? What on average would I do? So I could look at this and see the green out there. Can I put it out to 25, 30 feet, 2-putt it? And the most important thing, I haven't made the situation worse. Keeps the momentum going. Bogeys don't ruin your scorecard. Okay? Doubles, triples do. So if I'm here for 3 on a par 5, what I want to do here is think, yeah, I can't go for the flag. Look, the tree's right in the way. Don't want to go that way. That's no good. But I can get out there and anywhere now. Don't rush it. Take a little bit of time. Think, right, where am I going to land this ball? If I land it on the edge of the green, I've just got a pitching wedge here. Just pop it out. I'm onto the green. Let's come around a little bit on the slope. I've got probably 20, 25 feet. You never know. You could hole it, still get out there with your par, because remember what we're doing. Remembering those good shots. You've holed a 25-footer before. You can do it now. And it's the excitement of doing it. It's the challenge of the next shot. If you're switching your brain off, oh, I shouldn't have been here in 3, oh, and you end up even doing that, you're walking up to the putt not really thinking about what you want to achieve. Think about what you'd love to achieve from that shot. I can still get out of here with a 6. It's not going to ruin my scorecard. So let's look at other scenarios, excuse me, that are important, that you stay clear in your mind what you're going to do so you can go ahead and do it. So we're creating different scenarios, but we're going through the same process in our mind, okay? It's that question that we ask. What would be a good result from here? The next hole's a short par 4. I've pulled my tee shot into the trees. I've got a shot here. You can see the flag there. Not a lot of green to work with, but what would be a good score from here? I'd love to get out of here with a par, but I don't want to be too greedy. That's the problem. If I try and be too greedy, everything here kicks to the right. I'm going to go straight into those trees. So what's a sensible play here? Well, have I got down from 30, 40 yards before in 2 shots? Yes. So can I put it in that position? So this is just good course management. Can I play it out to the right, short of the green, give myself a 20, 30 yard pitch shot, give myself that chance? Again, what would be a good result from here? And I think sometimes what's really important, I do this a lot in my games, I think, well, what does that tee shot deserve? Well, I've ended up here. Tee shot really deserves, for me, as a professional golfer, probably a bogey. So I've sort of taken the mindset that I can deal with that. I can make a bogey here. I'll live with that because the tee shot created that. And if there's a pattern that keeps happening in the round, then maybe I need to go and practice my driving and improve that. But this may be a one-off. But what would be great, could I get out of here with a par? Okay, not even thinking about birdie, even though it's a short par 4. I'm just thinking the situation I've got here, experiences, what can I do? So I can see down to the right and go under the limbs of this tree and go out to the right, keep it down there, gives me that chance to feel. I keep the club going through the ball nicely. And now what I've got to do is got to back myself. Can I get that down from 20, 30 yards to save my par? If I don't, I'm happy with the fact that, well, peace in mind in a sense, that the tee shot deserved a bogey. If I get out of here with a birdie, guess what I'm doing? I'm keeping that momentum going. So we're just creating scenarios today that say to you, every shot is an opportunity. I'm not playing perfect shots, but what I'm doing is showing you it can keep that round going. And that's what we're after. So here's when my shot ended up out of the trees. And I think this is really important what we're going to say now. This is a 240 yard par 4. Very short par 4. Really good opportunity for me to make a birdie. And the tee shot was so poor, it's now looking like I'm going to make a bogey. And it's very easy internally to be upset. But actually now it's the fun. Can I get out of here with a par? Okay, it's a hole. Probably on average I should birdie 40% of the time, par at 60%. So if I get out of here with par, I've done on average what I should do. So it's an opportunity. You're going to get bored with me saying this, but every shot is a challenge. Every shot's the fun of doing it. I love hitting golf shots. I don't know when I'm going to hit that perfect shot, but it's fun when you do. So this could be it. I could hole this. I could still hole this and make a birdie. So how great would that be? So I'm using the experiences, what I've done previously on shots like this, drawn on those, think, right, green's going to kick a little left to right. I'm just playing a little pitching wedge here onto the edge of the green, just let it run out to the hole. Let's see if we can still make a score. And I've chipped that down, perfect weight. Let's take the camera up there, okay? Don't normally do this, but let's take the camera up, show you where I've ended up. Okay. And hopefully you can see the ball. So from a really poor position, because I didn't get upset, what I've done brilliantly is I've now given myself, look, a 2.5 foot putt chance to save my par, okay? But that's all down to the fun of playing the shot, the enjoyment of playing the shot, and then realizing I've done it before, why can't I do it again? We can get out of here with our par. So let's see if we can finish this off. We've done well. We've got ourselves back into play. We've given ourselves a chance. We've hit a lovely chip down. Let's see if we can finish it off and then do a recap on what we've done through today's video. Okay, so we've got a 4. We've ended up getting away. And as we said back then, what was important, this is a hole, 60% of the time I'd par it, 40% of the chance there's a chance of birdie because it's a quite short par 4. But the tee shot put me in trouble. But what I did brilliantly, it was the fun of how can I get this ball down, still can I get this down in a par? And what I did is I drew on my experiences. I looked at it as an opportunity to think, right, if I put it out 30 yards short of the green, I've got the opportunity now, can I get that up and down? And that's the fun of it. And that's the starting point with every shot, is look forward to playing that shot. So I think that's your number one thing. When you stand over a shot, look forward to playing it. And then what you're doing is you're using your previous experiences to help you to do that. So number one, look forward to it. 2, draw on those previous experiences. And then as that round's going on, it's really important to keep that momentum going. Okay, as I walk off this green now onto the next tee, I'll have a lot of confidence because I got out of this hole probably a shot better off than I should have done. So really, really important that I keep that momentum going. And I keep doing the next thing, which is really important, is that internal encouragement. That's the 4th thing I want you to think about. always encouraging yourself. Remind yourself that you can do it. And as you're playing more and more, is learn what you're able to do. Learn what you've been able to achieve as you go through those shots. And I think that's what golfers don't do enough. As I said earlier, you go out onto a golf course, it's like you're starting a brand new round, like you've never played golf before. What I want you to do is draw on those experiences. So as you learn as you go round, it's really important then, make a note at the end of the round of some of the good shots you've played. And be very thorough with it. Look at what they looked like, what they sounded like, how they reacted, all of those things as you go through it. What did it feel like as you played that shot? And you might hit 4 or 5 shots in the round and think they were really good. Remind yourself of them, because remember what we said at the start. You've got to go onto that tee looking forward to playing that shot. And the only way you can really do that consistently is remembering how you've done it before. So really important that you get those points in place. And if you do, you're going to enjoy your rounds a lot more. But as we said right at the very start, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, every shot is an opportunity to play the best shot that you could play. So why couldn't it be today? It can be. And if you go out there thinking like that and come off the round and think, how many shots did I play close to what I know I can do? And that number starts to go up, your scores will start to come down because you're hitting more and more good shots. And that's what I want you to do when you walk on the golf course. Get that mind in the right place. It makes such a difference to how you're going to go ahead and play your shots. I hope you enjoyed today's tip. It's going out there on the course. It's more about your mental side of the game. For me, it's a massive part. It's going to make such a big improvement to your game if you get your mind in the right place. If you have enjoyed it, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.